It's a presidential election year. It's also a challenge to the man who would challenge the president for the country's leadership.
But if you can really tell one good story about you.
So to speak.
You see?
Of course, everyone knows the old rhyme. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. We know his voyage took him to the New World, and his arrival changed the world forever. But beyond that, much about Columbus remains the subject of some dispute.
During the celebration of the 500th anniversary of Columbus's discovery of the Americas, the only satellite feed I found with a Native American guest was this feed to a local morning talk show. The guest is a historian and a member of the Cherokee Nation.
You said he presided over death of 250,000 people. No, that wasn't at his own hand. That was others who followed him and disease and that sort of thing.
No,
he couldn't control.
I'm talking about like his first 2 years here, 250,000. It's pretty well documented. He took his interpreters, he took his guides as slaves. He chopped off the hands of anyone over 14, any male over 14 who couldn't bring him gold. He took women as sex slaves for his men.
Dr. Mattei, I want to thank you very much for coming by. Thanks for spending some time with us this morning on the Good Morning Show.
You're welcome. That was brief.
Okay. Hopefully painless, sir.
The painful lessons of Columbus's past were never mentioned as the networks debated his legacy.
Interesting debate. I'm not sure we settled it this morning, but we appreciate trying. That's true. Thank you both.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more of our special edition of Today on Governor's Island right after this.
What did he say that made any sense? Anything?
They just, think that he ruined the paradise and had no respect for nature and treated the Indians like dog do and...
What the hell does he know?
Okay.
So to speak.
You see?
So to speak.
You see? You're I think I'm pregnant.
The woman on the screen is Murphy Brown, a fictional TV sitcom character.
Doesn't help matters when primetime TV has Murphy Brown.
He is talking about you.
Epitomizes today's intelligent, highly paid...
Vice President Dan Quayle blamed the LA riots on its citizens' lack of family values, instilled in part by the Murphy Brown TV character. He said it was not economic poverty, but rather a poverty of values promoted by the Brown character, which caused the burning of L.A.
Highly paid professional woman, mocking the importance of fathers by bearing a child alone and calling it just another lifestyle choice.
Politicizing sexuality was not new to Washington.
I'm an executive producer. I'll just executive produce this baby.
Sexual politics helped Ronald Reagan reach the White House and gave birth to the new religious right. After the Republicans lost the presidency to Jimmy Carter, some conservatives theorized if the Republican Party would oppose abortion, they could split the strong Catholic voting bloc of the Democrats and elect a Reagan and Bush ticket to the White House. As a senator, George Bush was against outlawing abortion. But as Reagan's vice presidential running mate, Bush changed his position and supported a ban on abortion.
Well, you haven't given us any specificity about where you stand on this, Senator. In the past, particularly in the House of Representatives, you voted against federal funding for abortions, and that meant for poor women.
In some circumstances.
Well, tell us the circumstances, please.
All right. The circumstances debated have involved rape and incest and life, where the life of the mother is in jeopardy.
As a congressman, Al Gore voted against using federal funds for abortion. But as a vice presidential candidate, he changed his position and supported using federal funds for abortion as part of the Clinton health care plan.
That's what freedom is all about. That's what tolerance is all about. That's what our country stands for.
Well, I'm still confused. I'll try one more time. When you voted against federal funding for abortions, except under the three circumstances you outlined, had your vote carried the day, you would have imposed your belief on poor women in this country.
There was no and there is no national health insurance program today. We do not have the kind of comprehensive coverage.
After the abortion questions, Gore's media advisor tells him how to turn around or spin the A question.
Okay.
And the president of the Christian Broadcasting Network, Mr. Pat Robertson.
The 1992 Republican National Platform called for a complete ban on abortion. Nearly 30% of the platform committee was controlled by the Christian Coalition and its president, Pat Robertson. The goal of Robertson's Christian Coalition is to gain working control of the Republican Party by 1996.
I have 2 television networks. I have 3 radio news networks. I'm starting Standard News. I have 50 reporters right now working for me that are very fine.
Robertson's reporters work for his Christian Broadcasting Network, or CBN. Through the 700 Club, CBN News reports reach over 43 million homes in the U.S.
Operation Rescue has targeted 5 abortion clinics in Buffalo for a minimum of 2 weeks of activities aimed at shutting the facilities down.
In 1992, Operation Rescue was a top news story for CBN.
A battle both sides vow to win. Andrea Francis, CBN News.
On the first day of the Republican National Convention, Operation Rescue broke through this line of clinic defenders and blockaded an abortion clinic near the convention site. That same day, Robertson had this discussion with a CBN staff person.
I have sent word to keep that Operation Rescue. I don't want one word on this program that's really about Operation Rescue.
Well, we're not. We're not.
I don't want it covered. I don't want to talk about it. And I want you to do it.
That same morning, Republicans who supported women's right to choose an abortion held a rally in Houston led by Ann Stone.
Ann Stone. I'm not sure. I mean, we felt like we should cover it as in.
Don't cover anything about the abortion debate any longer. It doesn't matter. They passed the platform. Yeah. You need to get cameras covering our rally, our document.
Oh, we're there. We're going to be there.
And
does it start?
And then you need cameras
it's crunch
shooting
time for President George Bush
or me sitting in the vice president's spot. Various things.
But you can we can have spot.
Both.
Both. Okay.
5 minutes before.
But I believe in objective news. I believe in balanced news. I don't want to slant the news. I just want to tell it like it is.
How many camera?
Just
camera crews do it.
We have 2 here.
Yeah, get 2 reporters, and you stick those cameras in face anybody you want to, and start asking a question.
Hey, Lou.
Ask a tough question.
Let them know right now we haven't seen you.
I mean, get out there. Don't even say who you're from.
He doesn't show them. We'll just go from there.
What do you think is a president of Texas? You think this thing like Persian Gulf, it might be a military gimmick? You think that's election? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and camera right in their face. Senator, go up and ask you a question. Boom.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
If they want to play hardball, we play hardball.
I'm not sure at that point there's going to go on.
Televangelists play some of their hardest ball at the expense of the gay community